Queen, I got you. And we got each other. That's not how we do life. We're going to focus on our great stuff, the great things within us. It's not that we overlook where we need to grow. But I think that when we only focus on everything that we're not doing right or that we messed up on or doubting ourselves and second guessing ourselves, no good comes from that.
You've gotten great at divine working, but what about divine living? Welcome to the Divine Living Podcast. I'm your host, Gina DeVee. You're not alone in wanting more, and here at the Divine Living Podcast, you can expect to be part of conversations from women like us who unapologetically dream big and are obsessed with manifesting our most fabulous lives. The conversation starts now.
What's up, my queen? I am in LA today on the Sunset Strip having an amazing time. I just recorded a podcast with Coach Mike Bayer from the Dr. Phil Show, and I'm really loving LA right now. I was kind of excited to move to Miami, and now I'm missing LA. It feels really, really good to be back, but that is beside the point. How are you today? What is happening? Let me just get settled in here. What is not happening? I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes of what's going on in my life, PS, in the Q Club. So if you are not yet in the Q Club and you're loving the podcast, you are going to love the Q Club. So make sure you download the app. You can get a 2-week free trial, divineliving.com/app. That's where you get videos. And like I said, if you're loving the podcast, even way more behind the scenes is going on there in the Q Club. So come check it out. You can try it for 2 weeks for free. So there's no obligation. You can cancel anytime. Not that you're going to want to. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that in case you are missing out on those videos. All right. So today I want to talk about being present. Being present with yourself, being present with your dreams. I think there's a temptation as the world is starting to open up to get busy, to get overly busy. And we know as queens, busy is boring. So I want you to really anchor into and make sure that you are prioritizing your life around your values, around your dreams, around the project or projects that are most important to you. Anyone can start 1,000 things. Anyone can talk about stuff that they're going to do. But actually being a woman who manifests, who brings forth the desires that are in her heart, that's a woman who is present with herself, present with her God, present with her life, present with her body. And so I just want to take a few moments, just even where we can breathe together. And I know it sounds all woo-woo, and I probably would have rolled my eyes on that even before the pandemic, but I just feel like today, let's just be together and take a moment. Just breathe. And what's the real area of your life that is asking for you? It's asking for your attention. That has something to, there's a voice inside of you that has something to share with you. So as long as you're not driving, just close your eyes and breathe, and let's check in and see what that is for you. And for me, I heard streamlined systems. I feel really, really blessed right now that there's so many amazing things happening in my life. Like we just bought land in Mexico. We're going to be building a dream home there. I've had the joy and bliss of traveling for this past month, having a blast in LA, have a cool dinner to go to tonight. Have had so much fun with friends lately, became the brand ambassador for this skincare line. And if you have not yet heard about that, I'm not going to go on and on about that today, but DM me on Instagram if you are interested either in checking out the skincare or are looking for a business opportunity with it, because becoming a brand ambassador, I didn't want to just be the only one who was going to benefit financially from it. So I've gotten opportunities opened up for women in the Divine Living community. So I feel like between Q Club, podcast, book, brand ambassador for skincare, what else is just like all the things are like swirling. It's all good, but for me, it's not streamlined enough where I feel like in a rhythm, and I think it's okay. I know it's okay. I feel like the universe has like tossed me this puzzle, and all of the puzzle pieces kind of got thrown up into the air. And for a while there, even like through the month of February, I was looking around like my life. I would call my friends and be like, they're like, how are you? I'm like, my life is more scattered than ever, and I'm happier than ever. And there's more money in the bank than ever. I'm like, I can't even make sense of this, because forever I have preached do less better. And now I'm doing more, not as well, and everything's kind of working. But I think, like I have always talked about, there's different seasons in our lives. And for me, because last year I shut down so many programs and projects and things, there was space. And I've had time to rest, and I've had time to be open to what the universe was going to send my way. And now, like, all this stuff is coming in, but they didn't seem, I couldn't really see how they fit together. And quite frankly, I don't even fully right now. And so I think that's what being present here with you is doing, and doing that like brief little, not even meditation, but check-in, where my body is saying like, okay, this is great and this is fun. And now to really be able to manifest in an eloquent and a beautiful and a profound and a powerful way, I'm going to set aside some time to really streamline, to get myself into a rhythm with all these beautiful opportunities, so I'm not letting things slip through the crack, or where it gets to be too much, or it could be overwhelming. I refuse to let all these beautiful blessings that have come my way turn into any form of overwhelm, negative, like too much, any of it, because I'm just so excited. I feel so blessed. I'm so happy about them all. And to take them to the next level, I can see this place of really streamlining. And in the streamlining, there's a lot of confidence that comes with like having your life together, really knowing who you are. And one of the things Coach Mike said to me after we recorded the podcast today, he's like, thanks so much for coming, Gina. He's like, I always love being able to kind of volley with you and go back and forth. He goes, I really love your confidence about it all too. And though there are plenty of areas in my life that I am not confident in, like some of the subjects that he and I talked about, I am, because I'm grounded in them. Like I've done the work. They're in me. I've taken time and put attention into my relationship with the universe, and my relationship with myself, and my relationship with other humans, and kind of how I'm doing life. And there's in that way there's a real strength, and I know that's in you as well. You've done a lot of work on yourself, and you've grown so much, and maybe you're just being a little hard on yourself to always be thinking about what you aren't strong in yet, or what you haven't done, or where you might feel behind, or where you're scared you might not be keeping up or are good enough or measuring up. Look, Queen, I got you, and we got each other. That's not how we do life. We're going to focus on our great stuff, the great things within us. It's not that we overlook where we need to grow, but I think that when we only focus on everything that we're not doing right, or that we messed up on, or doubting ourselves and second guessing ourselves, no good comes from that. Like, why? Like, if we're going to focus so much on where we do get to mature or grow up or play bigger or take more risks and be more abundant, great. But then let's also focus on the stuff that's fabulous too. The stuff that's just really, really awesome, because that is a more well-rounded psyche, don't you think? That's a more holistic way of doing life. And it sure is a lot more fun. Like, and I didn't deflect that. Like, I really took in that compliment that he gave me. And I'm like holding it in this space. And I want to give you the same compliment as well. Because you and I didn't have to have a one-on-one conversation today for me to know you have a real confidence in the area or areas that you have prioritized in your life also. And I want you to own that. And I want you to shine that light and share that with others, for sure. And also want you to bring it to the areas that are a little more awkward in your life. Like for me, there are so many awkward areas going on right now. Number one, I'm still living out of a suitcase after a month. So I'm like, what am I even wearing to lunch tomorrow? The new systems with the skincare line, like I'm learning. Like this is like, it's, my schedule feels a little all over the place right now, but I'm like, I'm breathing because I refuse to be in overwhelm, and I choose joy. And sometimes for the ways, like, you know, in the which I like woke up at like 3:00 in the morning last night. I haven't done that in a while. And it wasn't fear. It wasn't that gripping fear or angst that I can wake up in the middle of the night with. It was that like how am I going to do it all? How am I going to get it all done? And I was like, am I even doing the right? And then like the fear, right? Paranoia strikes deep. Then it's like, wait, am I even doing the right thing? What am I doing? Like, why am I doing this skincare line? Am I like, is this nuts? And I'm like, stop it. Beautiful opportunities come into our lives. And when we doubt them or second guess them or don't seize the opportunity, one of the things I was sharing on the podcast today was I regret so much more of what I didn't do than what I did. Like if I take an opportunity and it's not for me, like I'll discover it and nothing's permanent. I can make a change. But there are so many times when I got invited to play a bigger game, to step up, to join a mastermind that seemed too expensive at the time, or make a financial investment or take a trip. There were like so many things that I could have put myself into a much bigger arena and didn't. And those are the things that I regret. So women, I think that it's just really an opportunity for us to take a look at what really are our dreams, and don't shove them all in. I have other dreams too that aren't on the front burner right now. Like take the next level dreams and really prioritize, systematize, safeguard, like go queen, go for it. And do it until it's done. You're going to have ups and downs and all arounds. I mean, speaking of, right, like, so I made this big declaration in January about my G-Lo abs that are coming by my 50th birthday. I haven't gotten on the scale, but I could pretty much guarantee I am larger in circumference by the end of February than I was even at the end of January. So not only have I not made progress with my weight loss and G-Lo ab goal, I have taken a couple of steps back. I'm okay with it. Like I had a private client box me today, and she was so upset because she didn't meet a goal. She had a financial goal set for today and it didn't happen. I was like, learn from it, evaluate. Like everything is happening for us, not to us. Like there's nothing to be upset about. Let's learn. And it didn't take her long. She like checked in. She's like, okay, I can see where I was overreaching, where actually the number that is the real goal for me is lower because that's what my monthly expenses are right now. And that's fine. Great. And like she had such a better attitude, such a different demeanor. Like she wasn't beating herself up, wasn't all heavy and sluggish and like boring. I mean, she's not boring, but like that story when we all do that's boring. And for me, I'm like, I'm not worried. I had an amazing time in Mexico for the month of February. I'm like, not going to not eat street tacos and margaritas and like do my thing and have a blast. And I'm not abandoning my G-Lo ab goal either. That's what March is for. Someone stay close. it's like evaluate, check in. Like we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, be present. Like, is this goal still important to me? Yes. Are there adjustments to make? Yes. Do I want to make those adjustments at this point? Yes, I do actually. I'm actually not interested in guacamole and chips right now. I actually don't desire a margarita right now. It's true. I know, but it's actually true. I've had my fill. And I think when we give ourselves permission to lean into those desires and those pleasure moments, it doesn't have to turn into a binge. It doesn't have to turn into forever. I mean, it was a month. There was plenty of pleasure the month of February, but like I don't need that now. Like I'm actually excited about a green juice and an almond milk latte and intermittent fasting and getting back into working out. Like I'm really, really excited about that. And so when you're present with yourself, you're kind to yourself. You show yourself grace and compassion and love. And that's what I want for you today. I want you to just love yourself up, Queen. You are awesome. You are awesome. There is so much on your plate that you are handling really, really, really well. And you're actually making more progress than you're giving yourself credit for. And for the areas where it is a bit 2 steps back, like me and my weight loss, fine. Just recommit to the goal. It's not that, it's like, it never wasn't the goal. It just, I wasn't prioritizing that goal in the month of February. And my deadline is December 22nd. So there's that. And I knew that. So that's why, like, it doesn't all have to be so hard, so linear, so rigid. And when you're present with yourself, you're going to experience a real richness in that present moment, a real richness in life. Okay? So, my loves, I want you to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me on Instagram, let me know what you got out of this, DM me. I always love hearing from you. And if you are wanting even more, I had to start differentiating a little bit between what goes into the Q Club, because that is a paid membership after your 2-week free trial. It's $35 a month, but it's more than worth it, Queen. And what I'm doing in the podcast. So there's tons and tons of behind the scenes of my life lessons, what I'm going for, working on in the Q Club. So I want you to come check it out, divineliving.com/app. Plus, on the first Tuesday of every month, we are doing a live call in the Q Club. So mark your calendars and come join us. Live call in the Q Club. So it's cool. It's kind of like a back-to-back thing. The podcast is its own thing, but it's different. And then the Q Club is what it is. So I hope that today's episode was a blessing in your life. Like I said, screenshot and tag me, and we will be in touch. Lots of love.
All right, Queen, did you love this episode and know someone who would love it too? I would love for you to leave a review on iTunes and share this podcast over Instagram. Tag me at Gina DeVee. And thank you for Queens supporting Queens and for your continued support.